Hello and welcome to the ComX Aussie Indie Comic Review. This is our last one for the year, so by the time you see this, it'll be 2024. So, Happy New Year! Happy New Year, Max.
Yeah,
Hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
yeah. I hope you have a great new year. Where I like to call this section of the year the apartment section, because there's this great film by Billy Wilder called The Apartment with Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine. I think it's the perfect Christmas film. It starts at Christmas and it ends at New Year's. It has that Boxing Day, that space of in between both those dates. It's about as perfect a romantic comedy arc as you can get. You know which film I'm talking about? 1960.
I have heard of it, and I have probably seen it
Yeah.
a long time ago. But I do know the break between Christmas and New Year's with America is a lot different for Europeans and Australians. Especially Australians, because we have our big block of holidays then, whereas I think in America they just have those 7 days off and then back to work or back to school. Or
I think, yeah, I know for school it's 2 weeks.
is that?
For colleges, and yeah, and but then they have the, you know, 3 month summer holiday
Yeah, I
and
know that's a killer, isn't it?
bunch
Yeah,
of little
wish I had
days
that.
in between, yeah, yeah. Veterans Day, President's Day, Martin Luther King Day, and so on. So they have a lot of, yeah, smaller dates in between
Well,
as well.
I can tell you when I was growing up in the 60s, Australia shut down from basically the 23rd or December until Australia Day. Everything, it was just shut. Well, there might have been a few shops open, but everyone went on holidays. Nothing got done during that period. It
Oh
was a good time
wow.
to be alive, really.
Couldn't even go out, right? All the shopping centers were closed.
Oh
If
no, they were open, but nobody'd go. It wasn't like now. At 4 o'clock on Boxing Day, there's crowds outside waiting to see if they can get a $400, 4 meter television screen or something like that. No, it was you'd go there and it'd be very, very quiet and nobody would be there because everyone would be on holidays. They'd go to the beach or they'd be at the caravan, and it was a different time altogether now.
and we're recording this on the 18th of December. And a bit of trivia about 56 years ago, roughly to the day, I think it was 17th of December, the Australian Prime Minister went for a swim and disappeared
I remember it.
and
Oh,
was never found again.
I was at a
And none of
Christmas party,
yeah.
and
All right, you were
yes,
sentient.
and
Yeah,
it was the same day. It was a Sunday, and we were having a race. And I've got a little scar under here that's still there from where I ran into the rope at the finish line. I went, boom,
oh
and
wow.
yeah, I come home with a big band-aid on my chin, and everybody. I was 6 years old, seven, just six, going on seven, or seven. Oh, I think I was, not too sure. And yeah, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll get all this sympathy, but everyone was looking for the Prime Minister. It was a huge thing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the national mood like? If
Well, it was black and white televisions. Television, virtually shut off at 11 o'clock at night. So the Sunday papers were full of it.
yeah.
About where is he gone? And they never did find him. And you know what they did? Not far from where I lived, a couple of suburbs from me, we named
But
a swimming pool after him.
yeah, that's right. That's Australia's
Harold
dark
Holt
sense of
Memorial Pool
humor.
in Melbourne. Yeah.
Yeah. Where did he go missing, by the way? Chesney Beach. Is that in Victoria?
Chevrolet Beach,
All
Cheviot,
right.
sorry, Cheviot Beach, which back then you couldn't go to because it was full of ordnance because they used to do um,
Exercises, military
exercise with the
exercises.
military, and a little bit further up from there was the old quarantine station, basically for all the plagues for the immigrations, and it was basically contaminated ground all over the place. But now you can go all the way right down to the end. It's a lovely spot. It's Point Nepean down there on the Mornington Peninsula. Lovely spot.
Huh? Yeah, yeah.
But
Oh,
then
yeah.
it was a place he could go swimming with no worries about being in any kind of trouble. It was also the fact that he was a strong swimmer and liked to scuba, not scuba, snorkel and stuff. So
Yeah, it was some pretty hardcore swimming, and it was not just like going out on the beach. Like he really put on the gear and
yeah,
the flippers and the suit and everything.
yeah.
He had every intention of going far and going deep.
Well, I've got no segue into this, but
Too far and too deep.
today's today's comic is Ring Around a Rosie. Yes, Ring Around a Rosie. There we go. It's got three very good artists with stories that are um, uh, written by Rob Lisle.
Yeah, okay. Well, the narrative arc is your essential revenge story, and it starts where we get the formative years of the protagonist as he witnesses the murder of his mother, who in turn commits murder to avenge her fallen husband. And yeah, she murders, I believe, government officials who are. Well. First of all, we have to establish the setting. It's 720 A.D. in the French town of Plavois, I believe, which is French for rain, and that would be the Great Plague.
No, well, the Great Plague. There's been plenty. There was one in the 1660s, and a lot of people falsely believe that Ring a Ring a Rosie originated there, but actually, Ring a Ring a Rosie did originate in the setting that this book is the narration
720
takes off from.
A.D. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
It takes place, I believe, in in Plavois, France, and yeah, it's I guess it's Middle Ages. Would you say, or
Oh no
no?
no no no! It's after it's the 18th century. So
Yeah,
the 1700s. So
yeah, I should know that. Got a degree in politics.
and
Yeah,
basically
somehow.
what happens is that the powers that be think the best way to cure the plague is to kill everybody who remotely is suffering from it, or even looks like they've got it.
Yes.
And it,
Yeah, describe the setting. We're talking cottages. We're talking cobbled roads.
mm,
We're talking really concentrated hamlets and suburbs, and we have doctors who are dressed in those
plague masks.
really those
It was so just
darkly iconic plague masks.
yeah,
Yes,
so that they can filter before it gets to
yeah, they're
their
olfactory
breathing.
sense. They put, what do they put
Probably
in the beak?
charcoal,
Like flowers, maybe something
flowers,
to
charcoal, could be anything.
stymie the scent of the plague.
Oh, well, yeah, the
And
death,
yeah, and
the stench
they
of
went
death.
about their they went about their profession
Mm.
wearing this visually striking facial gear, and yeah, the artist uses it well. It's one of the first things you see. It's what the mother dons when she goes about her vengeful work, when she sets about killing the people who killed her love, and it's what her son wears, Aldo. It's what Aldo wears
Mm. Well,
when he sets about avenging his mother's death. And so the cycle of revenge continues, as it continues right up until the final panel, which is
that's the thing I noticed about it. It starts running. It's like Aldo's father. He realizes
yes,
it's his father. His father is a doctor. He's been killed because he's the guy who decides that these people have to be stopped. That you can't stop a plague by just slaughtering everybody. It just doesn't work that way. And then it finishes with Aldo donning the mask. So I'm assuming that there are going to be more versions of this. There's going to be issue 2, 3, whatever. I think they are working on them. So there'll be stories set before and probably stories set as Aldo as the main protagonist. All I know
yes,
is that I'm glad it's in black and white, because if it was in color, it'd be pretty gory book. There's,
And you know what?
Mm.
I actually did not notice until you mentioned it. It's like you watch a good, it's like when you watch Raging Bull, and then suddenly that one color scene comes up, and then you're like, wow,
Yeah,
I've been
whoa,
watching,
look at all that blood.
yeah,
Um,
a black film this whole time. Yeah. So yeah, excellent.
but
But
sorry.
yeah, as you were mentioning before, as you were hinting at before, this black and white art is the result of three collaborators,
Yes,
uh,
all
keeping,
taking turns
yeah,
to
responsibilities.
pencil and ink. So you have three styles that vary from their original work. Like Ben Sullivan, Ryan Bella, Lee Chalker all have distinctive styles. Ben Sullivan has that nice, clean style.
Like this?
No,
Is
that's
that what you're
Ryan's,
looking at?
isn't it?
No?
That's
Well, is it explicated who does which
yeah,
chapter?
yeah. At the start of every chapter, you'll
All
see
right.
who did
Okay,
what.
it says
The
yeah, okay, this
first,
is okay. It's penciled by Lee. So the this chapter is penciled by
the
Lee.
first one is penciled by Lee and inked by Ryan. Is that right? Sorry, I'm just
Yes. Brian Vella, yeah.
yes. I think Lee and Ryan are similar in their black and white. Is I think Lee might be a little bit more busier with his line work and colouring, and Ryan might be a little bit more thicker with the lines and more sparse in his panels. But I do know one thing that when you get to the Ben Sullivan stuff, oh boy, there's a lot more panels and there's a lot more busier panels. He's really into detail,
This is the
really
Ben
into
Sullivan
detail.
chapter, yeah.
Yeah, whoever inked, who, yeah, oh Lee had to ink Ben's work, and that would have like a lot, a lot of work. But it's good because
It's seamless. I have to say that it's seamless. I never once was taken out of the story by some jarring element of,
good good point.
illustrator something. Yeah, you just yeah. I guess that's
He made the
again,
transition between
amazing.
artists a lot
Yeah,
smoother than if you had three different artists inking and penciling and inking, and then
yeah.
you go, oh, okay, what's happening here? Ooh, this one just seems to be uh, can set the time frame almost. If you
There's an undeniable consistency there, and yeah, I get yeah, they definitely yeah, work well together here. You definitely have a sense of character and story that's maintained throughout. And yeah, not once did they I drop the consistency as they were swapping responsibilities.
yeah, it's not something that you'd let the kids read, that's for sure, because of the violent aspect of it.
It's history. They can just say it's history,
well,
you
they were
know.
violent times anyway, but
Uh,
it's interesting in the fact that it's Australian artists doing a historical, you know, 18th century European comic. It's
William Shakespeare wrote Julius Caesar. So yeah,
oh no
yeah,
no, I'm just saying because
French
most of
and
the
Jewish,
stuff you
yeah.
see are usually modern day or science fiction or horror. It's not historical. So this
All
is
right.
yeah
Yes.
the
Oh
one I
yeah.
have yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
different. I think the idea come from it says in the back of a drink and draw they had one of the ComX shows on the YouTube station that Lee was drawing a turtle and it looked like a plague mask and it kind of come up with the spark of an idea and that's what they ran
All
with.
right.
And
And how long ago was that?
was it
Did it? Yeah.
2021? So
All right.
this come out this year, didn't it? The Kickstarter
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
earlier this year.
Of which I was a proud backer.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I only got the PDF for this one, just to see what it was like, and it's good. I've got it on my Kindle now. That I'm having a good old read. So, um, the one that got me first is like Ben Sullivan is probably my favorite Australian artist at the moment.
Yes. And we have reviewed his work here
Yeah, in
in
Toby.
the past. Yes.
Uh, but I don't know. You got to have a more respect for Lee and Ryan and what they do. I know Ryan's got he's doing the old man Roo, the new Killer Roo that's coming out. It's like
Okay.
18 months behind.
Yeah. Yep. Completely uninitiated with that intellectual property, but I will take it up once. Is it something that you can find in any comic book retailer?
Yeah, well, quite it's quite a legend. Darren Close created Killer Roo
Yeah, I see it all the
20 years
time, and
ago, but
yeah,
he's always
in
shared it with other
comics.
artists, and the story telling and the art. But I was say last year, Melbourne Comic store in Melbourne. Oh, geez, it's I can't remember its name. The one that's in the city. It was like the fifth or fourth best-selling graphic novel. That's pretty good. You know, that's up against, you know, the Watchmen's and the V for Vendettas and all those you know, other ones that are always big sellers. So Killaroo has made a mark for itself in Australian comics history.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll definitely check it out. And what's Ben's capacity in that
What in Killaroo?
in Killaroo? Yeah,
Oh, no,
right.
none. I don't know how we got to that link.
All right. Be
um,
interesting to see if that makes it to the final cut.
hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no, I said Ryan. Ryan, sorry, Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan
I
is
thought
doing the art. Ryan Vella is
that.
doing the art for the Killaroo that should have come
Oh,
out. I think May 2022, but it's been pushed back, pushed back, pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. So
oh,
when
yeah,
that does come out, we'll have to do a review of that because
yeah.
it.
Cannot rush art, man. I guess you
Oh no,
cannot.
I think the
Yeah.
art was finished ages. I think it's all the add-ons and stuff that are pushing it back, and
Uh,
health problems and you know, God knows what. But I do know there's another one in the wings ready to go as soon as it's released. So, oh well, we will see. We will see.
right. And as for Ring Around the Rosie, that's the second issue is already in the works. Is that what you said?
I think there's someone I heard someone saying that there was going to be another one. I can't tell you who or where I heard that. The person that I probably could ask is not available at the moment. So hopefully we've probably got a step ahead of ourselves. But I can see it. It looks like it's all set
Yeah.
to have a continuation because it has that phantom vibe about it because you know
Yeah.
uh, because of the mask, they think that they can't kill this vigilante because he just keeps appearing. Once they think they've killed the first one, the father, and then they killed Rosie or whatever her name is, the wife, and then
Yeah.
Elder picks it up. So they must think,
Yeah.
oh God, how do we kill this guy? You know, if we can't stop
Yes.
the plague, but we can't stop this guy either.
No, yeah, great parallels. I know that much about Phantom. It's it's a persona inherited by a particular generation,
Mm.
by a particular lineage of yeah like physically gifted family.
Well, as I say, they call him the ghost who walks.
Oh, yeah,
Who
yes,
walks?
yes.
Leaf walk, yeah, huge in Australia has been, and also Sweden, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but neither had anything to do with its creation. It's an American creation, so it's weird. But all up, what did you think of Rosie?
No, I thought it was great. There's always a soft spot in my heart for work of this era. this aesthetic of this old English, or I should say French European aesthetic. My most the comic book I read the most is probably the first two volumes of The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. There's just something about that setting and that dialogue that it's sleek, almost steampunk Victorian aesthetic, and yeah, I have a soft spot for it.
Oh, mate,
And carries on here. Yeah.
we could go forever about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, because not only because it is so well written, but what it draws on its source material with all the, the 18th century or 19th century fiction, but I think it was
Yeah.
2 years
Detailed
ago.
panels within yeah, and then
It is clever, and I've got right through to the very end. Tempest, which was the
Tempest. Yes.
yes.
So as have I. But there's just something about those first two first two volumes, and also the Century one as well, but the first
I've got all the set. I've actually got the whole lot. I'm a massive fan. The little centuries that were just the hard covers, 1909, 1969, and 2009. Anyway, we digress. We should never talk about Alan Moore in between a review, because
why not? I'd be stoked if he came up during someone's reviewing of my work, and they have. But yes, anyway, just to round up, huge recommendations from both of us. This is a fast-paced tale of revenge that highlights its cyclical nature with some very striking and memorable visuals, drawing on the historicity of the plague.
And I do believe it's available on from a fair few shops. So
ComX, yes.
I'm not. I'm pretty sure it's from
Psycho Janitor.
Yeah, and ComX. I don't think it's got anything to do with Reverie, so you won't get it there. But I'm assuming that Lee and Ryan have their own shops where that can come through. So maybe when this gets done, Shane can put it down the bottom here and let us know. So
yeah.
All right. On that note, I think that's it. We all give it a thumbs up. It's we really should do what we thought was the best comic for 2023 at some stage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm up for it. Let's do it.
Yeah. I don't know, because who knows? This might be in the running. There are some good stuff. I think
Definitely a strong contender. Yes.
Yeah. I think we've done at least 4 or 5 of comics that were released this year. We did a few that were retro, but the ones that we did that were released this year were very good. I'm just off the top of my head. I'm thinking the Dead City Lullabies was Neverlanders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what other ones we've done. This is our 12th one, I think. So,
Chum, Toby and the Magic Castle. Yeah.
Toby. Yeah.
Blade Whip. The one. That strange one about with that thoroughly unlikable Bogan character.
Yeah. Mycelium.
Mycelium. Yes.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see a third issue of that coming out next year too. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah. We definitely should do a roundup show. But anyway, our recording mechanism is running out of time, so let's end it there. Take care.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.